Hi guys, I'm Shelley, welcome back to my channel, and what I think is a discussion video. I had a brain fart today about mementos and objects that link us to memories and link us to a massive part of our past. Let's face it, the human race is rather a sentimental lot, and I came across one. Something clicked in my brain when I saw this item. And it made me want to talk about it because it's a big part of my life that I'm very, very grateful for. And the item is this hoodie, which is a charity hoodie for AYME, which is supporting young people with ME, big, bright sunflower / sun thing. Some people pronounce it AYME, some people I think pronounce it AYME. I don't know how it's supposed to be properly pronounced. I'm not a human who knows that sort of thing. It was a charity that I think still exists, which was a sort of a side charity off of Action for ME, which is a massive charity supporting people with ME. And AYME was a kind of cut off for that for the younger people. I was diagnosed with it. You pick up a virus and it never leaves your body properly, and you are left debilitated with it. You can be completely bedbound and oversensitized, or you can function a little bit and be able to go to school and socialise a bit, but it attacks you in many, many different ways. At the age of 13, it completely debilitated me and made me have to drop out of school, which is not easy for a teenager, because if you think the things that happen, not just the education that happens in school, but the connections you make, the friends you make, the boyfriends or girlfriends you do and don't have, the social interaction you have at school with people older than you, people younger than you, teachers, authority, all happen in those years of school. And none of that happened for me because I was bedbound and housebound, and I didn't see people because, bless teenagers, they're fickle humans and most of them don't want to hang around with an ill person. I get it. It's not an easy thing being friends with a chronically ill person. No judgment. But then I discovered AYME. Mainly consisted of two things at the time. It was a magazine that came once a month called Cheers, which would have articles in it about how to get through the school day, how to hang out with family when you're not very well, film reviews, book reviews, recommendations, and also there was a message board. And this is back in the days of AOL and MSN Messenger and ASL. That message board turned into high school. For us kids with ME. Between ages of like 7 to 18, I think, you had a massive demographic of people. It was like a high school, the good and the bad. You know, you did get some bullying, you got gossip, you got he said, she said, but you also got the fun of it, because as disabled and chronically ill and bedbound and housebound people, we didn't socialise that much with anybody else, so we had each other. And that message board was so important to not just me, but I think a lot of people, because you didn't have to talk about being ill. You could just talk about everyday things. You could talk about what you saw on TV. You could talk about what was happening inside your family. So many relationships came and went on that board. So many friendships came and went on that board, because it was like a high school. You could also have the moments where you were having a really bad health day and go, this is happening, has anybody been in this position before, can anybody help with this moment? And we would all get it. There was no judgment, there was no, oh for Christ's sake, why can't you get out of bed today? We all had each other's backs. Yes, we were bitchy, but we all had each other's backs at the same time. You didn't have to explain your ME, you didn't have to go, hi, I'm this person with ME, you were just like, hi, I'm this person. ME is and was a very misunderstood illness and can be judged harshly, and so to have people who didn't judge you was very, very, very important. I met my best friend through there, I met my first boyfriend through there. There were all these little cliques, but at the same time, you know, it wasn't perfect. It was like a high school. You had cliques, you had moments, it was a mess, but at the same time, if somebody found a doctor who was actually understanding and actually listened and who actually helped, they would tell you, and everybody would go to that doctor, to the point I did see a doctor once who was just like, oh, another AYME? God, you guys are multiplying. because we would all kind of go, oh, we found the magic doctor person, let's all go towards them. It's like literally the Holy Grail has happened, everybody must go to them. They're actually helping. Because so many doctors just didn't believe you and didn't get it and didn't understand and didn't want to know, because it's an illness that can't technically be fixed. And for a while, like just for a little while, there was like this little magic kind of golden couple of years when people were polite and people didn't really take online bullying that far if they did it at all, and the monitors would pick up on it and it would be squashed completely. And AYME was my social outlet. It's where I met friends. I still know many of the people that I was friends with back then through AYME. We used to have what was called a regional meetup. If you were well enough to leave the house, you could all meet in real life and be able to hug each other and sit with each other and see each other and just have that bit extra connection, because as a disabled person in bed, you never saw anybody. So to go to an AYME meet was so exciting, and so like, I'm going to meet people that get it. And just seeing this hoodie brought it all back. It brought all of those memories back. It brought all the friendships that have happened and are still going because of those message boards. I am so grateful to that message board. It was unfortunately later on shut down because cyberbullying got out of control. The monitors couldn't keep up. But for that golden moment, it was my high school. And so to have this hoodie that represents AYME, it's my school hoodie, it's my college hoodie, it's my university hoodie, it's my, I don't know, gap year hoodie. That's what this means to me. Everybody who was on that forum supported each other. We got through the awkward teenage years together, to the point that we call ourselves the AYME graduates. And we did. We graduated AYME. We graduated the ill health. We graduated the bad days. And we made it through. And we are the AYME graduates. And I'm so very grateful to every single one of them, and to Action for ME, to setting up AYME. Yeah, nothing is perfect. It had its bad days, but it was our little bit of haven, and I'm very grateful to it. So if you are an AYME graduate watching this, hey, how you doing? You alright? So that was my little moment of memory today. I hope you guys are good and that you have enjoyed me waffling on about high school, basically. Yeah, them were the days. AOL, jeez. Alright, hope you guys are good and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. I should also mention we had a sex education topic going on the forum. I love it. Don't give teenagers the access to talk about sex on a discussion forum. It goes sideways quite often, but it's hilarious. That's where my sex education came from. It's worrying, really.